Hey guys, welcome to this week's recap. You're going to hear some noise in the background, and I'm out in the backyard here. And I'll tell you what, I just finished doing a miserable thing, which is I changed the Wi-Fi network we've got running in the house. We were running on Apple, and they discontinued their Wi-Fi routers several years ago. So we tried this Google Mesh network, and we're going to see how that works. So far, so good, but it's complicated changing all the TVs and everything else. You got to put them on the new network. Anyway, okay, Friday, day after 4th of July, big barbecue, really big barbecue at the Legion yesterday. Sounds like financially it was quite successful. The place looked great. I did some work on it. It was nice. Now, in the follow-up segment, let me do a follow-up on an item that came up last week. Here it is. Last week, after a bunch of miserable road losses, I raised the possibility of dropping out of the Mets fan base, and that triggered a lot of discussion. I got some sarcasm, Billy, some guilt shaming, my brother John, and even an invitation to become a Padres fan. That was from Ken out in California. And what happened was I was pondering all this, and July 1st came, Bobby Bonilla Day, and I started thinking about the Mets. Now, Bobby Bonilla hasn't played an inning of baseball in, 18 or 19 years, and we're going to be paying him $1.2 million every July the 1st through 2035. And I realized I've got to stay with the Mets. Now, what are my reasons? First off, I'm 75 years old, and since 1962, I've been rooting for the Mets. That's the lion's share of my life. I've been a Mets fan. Are you going to turn your back on that? And I said, probably not. Next is the issue that the Mets play in the National League, where they play real baseball. It's not like the American League where they have the DH. Third, you've got some really, really good players this year. Maybe the team as a whole is kind of sucking, but Jeff McNeil, Jacob deGrom, Pete Alonso, it's worth watching games just to see those three guys play baseball. And finally, another trio, and that is the announcers for the Mets. Gary Cohn, Ron Darling, and Keith Hernandez. And by the way, Keith is probably my favorite all-time Met. Favorite all-time. So anyway, don't worry about it. I'm back in the fold. I'm wearing the cap. I'm a Mets fan. All right, so I'm back in the Mets family. I never really left it. I was just in despair, really. Now, I've had a number of requests for this, and what I decided to do was to create a brand new segment for this show, the Spotlight segment, and here's our first entry in the Spotlight segment. Well, there you have it. I may do boat shoes in the future, or whatever else it is that you really want to see and understand. So today, Friday, this weekend we're going to watch a few baseball games tomorrow and Saturday, and I don't know what Sunday's looking like. It looks like the weather is going to be really good, so we should have a really nice time. I hope you have a nice time, and hey, we'll see you. Take care.